everybody, Michael Kunman here, coming to you today with a quick video just in relation to how to set up your adjustable woods correctly. The reason why I'm bringing you this video is because we've had a few people either purchase our products online or come in store, and with that they just had some questions on if they were doing things correctly. And what I've also noticed is when people come in for a grip change or to just check on where they're supposed to be putting it, it is tending to be a little bit out. Now there are a few little checkpoints, you can't go too wrong, but there are a few little checkpoints that we want to make sure that we get correct. Now first is tension. Most people in their mind feel like they're going to over tighten these, but trust me, you cannot over tighten these, and I'll show you why. So when you put the wrench in, the torque wrench, it goes in, you start twisting, and when you get to a point when it starts to feel tight, I want you to go further, okay? So I want you to go as far as you can, and what you'll hear is on that there's a bit of a click. That click is important, that's the torque wrench working, making sure it gets to a point where it is as tight as it can possibly, and that head is not going to move when you start hitting some shots. A lot of people, when they're doing it, they get to a point when it gets tight, they leave it, and then over a few rounds the head starts to get loose and can even potentially come off, which is definitely not going to be good. Now, secondary to this is where the hosel adapter, this part at the end of the shaft, matches up with the head. Some brands, specifically Callaway, which is the reason why I've got this club here, has a couple of little indicators, couple little white dots, as you can see on these videos here, which need to match up to ensure that the club is in the correct position, and whatever the little indicators are that you're wanting to have on here are actually correct. Some manufacturers don't have these, like Titleist, and I will go through, I'll put a video out in the next couple of weeks as well in relation to how we want to set these and what the different numbers actually mean for you. But if you're looking down at one of your products and you see there's a little white dot and one on the head as well, we have to make sure that they are in a line. Now the reason being, if we don't, you'll notice here I'm setting up my club and my grip is perfectly on top. It's nicely straight here with the Callaway sign on the top, and if I flip it around, I've got what's called an align grip on these. These are quite popular these days, and they're a little bit of a ribbing down on the underside of the grip, and when I hold my club, it fits into my palm and my fingers really quite nicely. Now let's say for instance sakes we don't have that aligned correctly. I'm just going to take this off now and change it. Takes a couple of seconds. So I'm just going to turn the head here and have it incorrectly positioned. So when I go and take my club and take my setup, you'll notice now that with my club straight up and down, that ribbing is actually away from my target and the top part of my grip is facing to the left. And it does seem, when you look at it, or if you've done this before, you'd be like, how is it possible to get that incorrect? But people don't necessarily notice. They may not have the align grip. They may just have a Golf Pride Tour 360 grip, which is just black across the entire grip. And so you're never quite sure that the grip isn't aligned correctly. So if you are doing that, and if you have a Callaway driver or a couple of the other models that have the little white dots on there, ensure they are aligned correctly, and then watch my video coming up as well, just to make sure that you get the positions correctly with these hosel adapters. So hopefully that explains a little bit for you, and make sure for number one, you tighten it enough, hear that click, and make sure that head doesn't come off. So thank you very much for watching. Hope that was informative, and if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them below.